Report.
Report. We are live. We are live. Friday morning, January the 30th, 2026. Yes. It's good to see you, man, this morning.
And Reb,
Exciting moments right here, man.
thank you, my
Really
good
is.
brother. Reb Emilio Roman, South Jersey, brother. South Jersey reporting.
Yes. That's it, man. It's start loading up in here. More people, every episode, man, every live stream, I would say, somebody different's coming, and that's special, man. Just one person, man. If there's one person that is being helped, man, it's a beautiful thing. We got some special guests today, and these guests, man, are born to risk. And man, it's just so exciting. So, um, without further ado, man, unless you got anything else on the heart to clear, let's bring them in and let's get them popping, man. What's your feeling on that?
All right. No, thank you, Coach T.O. Guys, listen, we're bringing the folks in. So listen, we're going to hear their stories. This is important, right? So please share this out. If you're coming on, you're watching this on the replay. Before you get comfortable and hit that share button. Sharing is caring. We have veterans that are pouring their hearts out. And if while you're watching this, there's a resource that you have. You're like, wait, that triggered a thought. Let us know about the resources so we can share it out. And if you want to be a guest, go to info@rollcalllive.com. Thank you.
That's awesome, man. It's outstanding. Got brother AB up in the house, man. Good morning. Good morning, brother. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Can you guys hear me?
You, bro.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah. Thanks for the reminder, Tio. Appreciate it. And it is early here, but it's okay. I'm here, and I'm glad to be here. Yeah.
Where you located at, brother? Let the people know where you at, man.
I'm in beautiful San Diego right now.
Yeah. What's the weather like? What's the weather like out there, bro?
Actually, it's not as cold as what you guys are feeling there on the East Coast, but
right.
I mean, we wake up, it's about 40 degrees, and then by 11 we're already 70, 73.
hey, Coach T.O., we gotta bring him off, man. Bring him off.
No, it's I walk out with a sweatshirt, but then by the end of the day I'm back in a t-shirt, man. It's still good here.
Yeah, man.
I just opened the door, Coach T.O. I just opened the door. I set my alarm off. I went outside. It's snowing. It's like it's the coldest day since forever here. They said it's the coldest. So, but welcome to the show.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm an East Coaster, but I don't miss that at all. I don't miss that cold weather like that at all. I don't think my skin can take it anymore.
I love it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, hey, man, we're also joined by another individual that's out on not as far out as where you are, but hey, she's somewhat close in proximity. So good morning, Kim. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, everyone. I hope that you can hear me.
Yes.
I'm having some technical difficulty, but I'm here.
It's all good, man. You here. That's all that matters, man. You here. And where are you located, Kim? Where you at right now?
I'm in Littleton, Colorado right now.
Is it snow on the ground where you are right now?
Unfortunately, I do not like the snow. It's too cold.
Wow. It's crazy. That's crazy. And where are you from originally, Kim?
New York.
So you're from New York, you in Colorado. Where are you originally from, AB?
Originally from Miami, but I grew up partially in New York as well.
Right. So y'all both East Coast to the hot. You're real East Coast. And
real East Coast
out there. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's what the military will do, man.
Mhm.
The military will have you all over the place, man. So,
Mhm.
hey, this morning, you all, I just want you all to know, man, on behalf of myself, Reverend Emilio Ramon, all of the Born to Risk family, bro. Like it's extensive, it's large.
Yes.
The Born to Risk family, not just veterans, signature edition, authors, coaches, you name it, that's been a part of this great blessed movement, man. We just want to thank you two today, this morning, for you being here. Yeah, I know the time difference, all of those things, but hey, like Kim Mosley just said, you found a way. And I'm gonna be honest with you, we expect that from you.
Mhm.
Because hey, y'all service members, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is getting up butt crack early, being on duty, doing all the things that you don't necessarily want to do. Y'all
Mhm.
know what that feels like, man. So
Mhm.
uh we appreciate y'all, but we do know you're human. We do know you have children, family, responsibilities, all the normal things. And many people that's watching, they want to hear from you. So, what's on your heart, Reverend Emilio, for these two amazing
Yes. Hey,
individuals, man?
thank you, brother. Hey, thank you for that warm introduction to our two wonderful co-authors. So again, as Coach Tio mentioned, we're grateful you're here. What we would like to have you share with our audience, and a shout out to my God, Mo. He's another co-author. He's up and early. Let's dive into your greatest risk, right? Because while we're not going to give it all away, we're share at least the core message of why you accepted the invitation to the inaugural edition, and let's see any resources that you can provide for veterans. And we'll go kind of in tandem. We'll do Anthony. You were here first, right? You were here first, and you're down California, and then we'll switch over to Kim.
All right. Well, hey, good morning again, everybody. And for the audience that doesn't know, uh, I am uh, I am a Marine. I joined in 1991 and retired in 2018. So roughly 27 years and some change. And I guess the my Born to Risk was, I would say, really stepping into the man that I want to be, stepping into the man that I profess or um, try to show the world that I am, instead of, I guess, living not to my full potential as a man, as a father, as a husband, as a son, all of those things that I have the privilege of being. um, you can't live a double life, right? You have to, whether you're a father, you're a son, or a husband, um, and a professional, you have to exemplify that in every way. And I think where I went wrong, or not necessarily where I went wrong, but some of the things I learned growing up as a kid, um, as to what masculine energy really is. It really wasn't. It was, I hate and I hate using the term toxic masculinity, but I would say definitely that's some of the things that I exemplified. And I'll just give you a quick example, because I know we're sharing a lot of this in the book. But we, as Marines, we are, you when you join boot camp and you get through boot camp and everything, you taught everything is to be aggressive, right? It's do as I say, you do as I command you to do all the time, right? And a lot of times I brought that home, and I brought that home to my former spouse. I brought that home to my children. There were even times where I uh, brought that to my community, and it created a situation where, yes, I was loving and and taking care of my kids and taking them to soccer games and all of their practices and all this stuff like that, but it didn't really create a safe environment, right? Because people were on edge. And then there were situations in the community where uh, you know situations escalated and they didn't need to escalate, right? And we grow up and we think, oh, this is the way a man's supposed to be, right? We think I'm supposed to be tough. I'm supposed to be hard. I'm supposed to be, if you don't listen to what I'm saying, then I'm going to raise my voice immediately until you do what I explain for you to do. And that's not what it is. Masculinity is to be kind, to be caring, to be supportive, to give love, and most importantly, you want to create an environment where people feel safe. And it took me a while to learn that. It took me to get back to my faith and really look at the core tenets of what my faith tells me to do, or uh, gives me examples to be, and also a lot of self-reflection, right? A lot of self-reflection where I'm a type of person where I've I've been journaling since 2000, I guess 19, 18, and I've gone through 5 journals already, right? And I might not do it every single day, but um, I do go in there and I okay, this is what I did today. It's also kind of like a mirror for me, right? I say, oh man, I let this situation, I let this external situation control my emotions, and I need to be better than that, right? And so that's kind of like been my risk, and I would say, to sum it up, I would say my born to risk is really looking at myself, looking at what a man should be, looking at what a husband should be, looking at what a father should be, and using, not only using my resources to my advantage, but also using my faith to help guide me. And yeah, and am I perfect now? No, I'm not perfect, but I would say much better than I was before, right? And I constantly seek growth, whether it's through reading books or talking to my fellow Marines that I used to serve with, and which is great when you have a good core of people who will always tell you the truth, right? And that's needed. You don't need someone to say, well, oh yeah, 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 you're right, man. No, you need people in your corner that's going to tell you the truth. Like, no, AB, that was wrong what you did, man. Like, here is a different perspective that you can look at. And so I'm really grateful for that. I'm really grateful for this opportunity. Shout out to Stu Maynor, who reached out to me, and and he's a perfect good example of somebody who I could I can have a conversation with, and he'll be honest with me and say, you know what, yes, AB, that's correct. AB, man, I understand where you're coming from, but here's a different perspective, right? So it's not just, no, you're wrong. It's, I hear what you're saying, but here's a different perspective. So, um, and that's something that we have as veterans, right? Because of um, being in the military, and keeping those resources and friends that we have, even though we retired or have moved on. So
Anthony.
I'm really grateful for this opportunity. I wish I was. I literally just came down the stairs, so I'm a little groggy. But I'm really grateful for this opportunity, and I'm grateful to meet you both. I know Tia, we talked a few times, and Mervyn Emilio, we talked as well, and it's a pleasure to meet you as well, Kim. And I'm grateful to be a part of this project. Thank you.
Hey, stick around. Don't go
Oh
anywhere.
no, I'm good.
Thank
I'm
you.
good.
Yeah. No, and
Yeah,
guys,
okay.
give it up.
Yeah,
Give it up for Anthony.
yeah,
He's doing some great job.
yeah.
Great job with what he's doing. His
Mhm.
story, when you began to talk, remember, we read the stories before they're going out to Brit. So I remember what you talked about, that masculine energy, and how that played a role in your personal and professional life. So guys, I'm telling you, he just gave you a snippet of what his greatest risk is. So we're grateful that you shared it with us in the inaugural edition of Born to Risk. So folks that are tuning in, they're like, well, what's he talking about? Right? What are they talking about here on Roll Call? So Roll Call is just an extension of what we're doing to support our veterans and veteran families, right? Because it's not just the veteran, right? Without the families to support that I mean, we understand. So when we say thank you to you, thank you to Kim, we're really talking about the families as well, right? Do you agree? Right? It's the families that support.
Absolutely.
So my good brother, as we're gonna segue in, and we don't know how much time we have you here. can you let people know? And I know Coach Tio has got some questions for you as well. What would you say is a resource that veterans can tap into, those that are watching and their families? Like, can you say a resource or two that can help veterans and their families?
Absolutely. I mean, first of all, the VA is number one resource that I reach out to. If you're looking for education benefits, I mean, there's also VRNAE. And then there's also this, especially for those of us who might be dealing with depression or might be dealing with some situations that we feel are emotionally difficult for us to handle. Always please reach out to someone. There's the suicide hotlines. There's, I just saw the other day a friend of mine was a Marine, and he committed suicide, and I was, man, I'm still kind of heartbroken. I literally just found out about this yesterday, and and I just like, man, why didn't he reach out to someone? Why didn't he call someone? So please reach out to those resources, whether it's education or whether it's you're getting your benefits or whatever you. There's plenty of resources out there. I don't have them on me personally, but
No problem.
I'll put it in the chat, and then we'll go from there. But again, thank you.
Yeah, this is great. Thank you for that information. And again, this is why we do this. Like you see, we're having a conversation about your story, and then all of a sudden, what happens? All of a sudden, people come out and you say, "Yeah, I just lost a friend. I lost a family member." This is real, folks. 22 veterans take their lives a day. Those numbers, and I believe they're even higher.
Yeah,
Coach Tio.
Yeah, man. First of all, man, thank you, bro, just for being transparent, man. One thing I love about this stream and Born to Risk roll call, it's real. Just like formation, for real, bro. We're not playing in formation. From sea to shining sea, 07, soldiers, Marines, sailors. We're not playing around, man. We're coming for, one, accountability to make sure as well that whatever word that needs to be passed for that day is being passed. And man, I'm just sitting back listening to you, AB. And I run my mouth quite often, bro. So when I could just sit back and listen and hear those same type of pinging type information, I feel good, man. So that you said it. I'm the same way, AB. That T word, that toxic. It's one of the first people that I heard really diving and talking deep on about toxic is Orangel Levy. Shout out to Orangel Levy this morning.
Yeah.
He's out there in San Diego with you right now. Soon to retire. You know Levy very well. And Levy would, talk about, just different situations he was dealing with that was very toxic. And I remember that word, like, man, I'd be like, man, you know how it is, that new Marine Corps lingo. It was like that lingo. And I was like, man, wow. So, no, I'm with you on that, bro. And it's gonna be so exciting, man, when this book drops, bro. Just some of the things that you and I talked about, man, leaving that legacy behind for the family, the children, doing something that has real merit and really matters. So, brother, man, much love, man. You already know what it is. So I truly appreciate you, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Likewise.
Yeah. I think you're muted. You're muted.
I cannot
Okay,
stay
thank you.
still.
Thank you. Kip, thank you. You're coming on soon. Anthony, how can people get a hold of you? We've got people writing. We got Daniela on the back. How can people get a hold of you if they needed to secure a copy of the book or for anything that you're doing?
Oh yeah. First of all, I mean, I have my main resource is LinkedIn. That's one of the number one. So I'll put that in the chat as well, and then email is also is number one through Gmail or through LinkedIn.
And Anthony Brown.
Yeah.
So it's everything
Brown.
Anthony Brown.
Anthony Brown. Yes, Anthony Brown. Yep. And I'll put that in the chat here.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, listen, we thank you. Hopefully, you can stick around.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'll stick around.
yeah, but yeah, this is awesome, man. Thank you again for being candid, open, and sharing resources with us. This is what this is about. And again, welcome to the inaugural edition. There'll be many, right? But there's only one. And we
Yes.
thank you for chapter 20. Chapter 20.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Coach T.O., you want to introduce Kim Mosley?
Hey, man, one thing I know is this, man. She's here.
Yeah.
And another thing I know, she's an army soldier, and all the talk and the get yak back and forth that we do as service members about who's the best branch of service, especially Marines, Kim. Marines, we
Oh, go get her
you
started.
already know. Like I'm preaching to the choir. You got 3 Marines on his feet with you right now, and hey, we're jarheads that you can't tell us nothing at the end of the day. But here's what I want you to know, Kim. Here's what I truly want you to know. You know how many other jarheads couldn't answer the mail and do what they needed to do to finish out this project for us to get across, the 15th of January and move forward to keep blessing others. Because Kim, let's get it 100. This ain't about us. It's about us talking about our pain, our weakness, our stumbles, our falls, the things we've learned along the way that can help someone else. That's what this book is about. This conglomerate of anthology of all of us coming together, spread across, the diversity of different branches of service, different backgrounds, race, color, creed. It's not about us. So all of the Marines that want to talk smack, hey, you on deck with us. If I look over my left shoulder, the right shoulder in Afghanistan, Iraq, dang on Minnesota, anywhere in the world, and I see AB on one side, Reverend Emilio over there, and I see Kim Mosley, hey, we fighting, Kim. So real talk, we don't play around on these feeds and streams, and we thank you, young sister, for being a part of this Born to Risk. So I'm gonna shut my mouth. What's on your heart? How you feeling this morning? Hey, the floor is yours, Kim.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. I actually had surgery a week ago today, so there was no excuse for me to not be on here. God woke me up this morning. He was like, yeah, you have somewhere to be. Why don't you text Emilio? And then I did, and I was like, oh my God. I hope I'm not late. I hope I'm not late. And then he's like, no, you're right on time. And I'm like, okay, good. Because I want to talk. This morning, I want to talk. So, hi, everyone. I'm Kim Mosley. I am the founder of Kamara Organics and the founder of AK Impact Events. Um, I do a lot for the community. I do a lot to advocate for mental health, to speak up for the people who have been silenced over the years. It's very refreshing to be in a chat with fellow former service members, and being back in the community, um, little by little, with my little appearances here and there. The book actually helped me overcome a lot of painful memories, but also a lot of rewarding memories as well. The military gave me a mixture of both. Unfortunately, I was kicked out. You'll find out the reason why in the book. But I was a great soldier. I got up every day at the butt crack of dawn, just like everyone else. I toed the line. I did my work. I was struggling every day to keep my head above water. Always told to be a certain way, didn't fit the mold, and I didn't care. And I was very defiant. I was very defiant because respect was a huge thing to me, and it still is and always will be. Everyone deserves respect. Whether or not you feel that person doesn't deserve respect. They're still a human being. They still are they still are capable of human error. And sometimes it's that person that's struggling. You really gotta take a step back and go, man, I hope you have a better day. I don't know what the heck you're going through, but I hope you have a better day and you gather the proper tools to get you through whatever it is you're going through. Um, Getting out, I didn't really have many resources because it was my one way ticket to the streets. No one ever looked at, you know, the address that I had on file was actually the last known address that I had used just to sign up for the military. I didn't really have a backup plan besides the military. The military became my whole entire life. And because I centered my life around the military, I didn't have proper tools getting out, for transitional services. There was no bridge to help me, deprogram from a lot of things that, was a part of my everyday freaking life. So getting out and navigating the healthcare system, I actually turned away from the VA for a while because for years, almost over a decade, um, nobody recognized me as a vet. And I said, this doesn't make any sense. I served for 2 years, 2 whole years. And you're telling me I'm not a vet. Okay. There's a hole in the system. Let me try to fix it. So I shared my story of what happened to me and what I went through. And I'm so grateful that Emilio, convinced me to have my say in the book and share my story because like Anthony was talking about, he has his struggle with the toxic masculinity. I've always struggled with both the toxic masculinity and the toxic femininity. It's been a fight for both. It's hard to be feminine when feminine is seen as weak and soft. And I'm none of those things. I'm very strong. I'm resilient. And I'll speak up, especially when something's wrong. I will definitely speak up and put my 2 cents in because it's the right thing to do. And then when it comes to being masked, I have to stay in my mask a lot of the time because I have to put my foot down. I have to I have to be hard. I have to have like this hard exterior and it sucks because a lot of people, can misunderstand me even though, I'm in my own world most of the time and I really am oblivious to what others think of me, as I always have been. Uh, it just, if we were more gentler to ourselves and we gave ourselves more grace and we took a step back and actually looked at the picture as a whole before we responded, before we acted out on our triggers, we can actually step into that person's shoes and we can have a better understanding of who they are and what they're about. And getting out and navigating the system and finding my own voice again, it was one of the most rewarding experiences. It was difficult, it was gruesome. Uh, that 22 number, I almost became a part of that as well. Many, many times. Many, many times I called the line. Many, many times I tried to ask for help and I was oftentimes ignored. I was told, no, you're not suicidal. You're totally coherent. I've even went to the VA and I was like, I'm gonna try something. Hey, you guys, I'm not feeling well. This is my plan. They're like, no, you're fine. They let me out in 3 hours. 3 hours. Supposed to keep me for 3 days. 3 hours they let me out. And I was like, gee, what the heck's wrong with the system? And then I realized if you don't advocate for yourself, if you don't keep pushing for services, if you're not in their face, If you don't tell them, hey, something's wrong, I want to fix it, I need help, I need resources, you're not going to get those things. And a closed mouth don't doesn't get fed. It just doesn't. So speak up, speak out, and speak loud.
Kim, big hugs to you, my sister. You dropped so much there, right? You shared so much. I would like in the time we have allotted to share some of those. You gave people a little bit of what's going on, but in regards to your story and with the military, there was some pre-existing conditions, right, that triggered a lot of what the military within that short period of time. I mean, 2 years is a long time. Let's just be honest. 4 years typically, but 2 years you serve, you're a veteran. But tell us what happened. What was the biggest thing that happened while you were in the military that triggered a lot of these suicidal ideations and everything else that you're experiencing?
Because I was never seen as a human being. As a child, I wasn't seen as a child when I should have been seen as a child by the people that should have been protecting me. Instead, they took advantage of my innocence and they took advantage of my kindness and my naiveness. And as I grew up, I was put into roles to take care of others and do for others. And then being in the military, it was like being in the same lifestyle, like I couldn't escape it. And my NCO um, sexually harassed me throughout my whole entire time that I was in basic. Um, the part that really, hit me the most was I did everything I was supposed to. I did every single thing I was supposed to the right way. Yeah, with my little touch of defiance. Yeah, sure. But I'm not going to be told that I'm better off being a Blue Falcon. Definitely not, because I'm not. I'm more than that. I'm more than just a uniform. I'm more than just a vessel to be used and abused. Like, no, I'm more than that. My name's Kim. My name is Kim Mosley. I have two I's in my name. And the extra I is for I matter and so do you. So I made sure I spoke up about that when I got out. And I made sure that I had my hand in what's now recognized as military sexual trauma. I know that my story isn't the only one. Men go through it too. It's a how do I say it? It's a form of embarrassment, breaking you down to your core and making you feel less than what you deserve to feel. Everyone deserves respect. Everyone deserves some level of decency. Like it it didn't make any sense to me how I was treated so poorly the way that I was. And it triggered a lot in me during basic. Um, the time that I waited to go, I was in a delayed entry program. So I was at the base. Every single time they called me for drill, I was there. And if anything, I was there a whole half an hour before everybody else, before anybody even showed. I was there. I was present. I learned. And I said, you know what? I'm going to make a difference. If I have to be vulnerable and put that target on my back again, I will do it because I know I'm not alone and I'm not the only one who feels this way, who has a story like this. But I also am not one of those that chose to be silent and that didn't find platforms like these to share that story, to share those experiences, and to give people hope and impact lives.
Kim, guys, give it up for Coach Yo. Give her that clap, man, that mic drop because she has totally poured her heart out. And I want to hear from Anthony. I want to hear growing up. Everyone, again, is just encouraging you to continue sharing your story. I would like you before we transition. What advice would you give someone? And because I truly want Coach Tio and my good brother here to come in. what's the one thing, given the time allotted, what's the one piece of advice you would give to somebody, man or woman, who's going through what you experienced?
Find community. Speak up, speak out, speak loud. Find community, advocate for yourself. Find people who share stories like yours. Find people who have similar struggles to yours because we're stronger in numbers. It's the same thing being in the military. We're stronger in numbers. The more people that we have to serve together, we can make a difference. MST took a while to be a thing. It didn't even exist while I was in. And that speaks volumes. So speak up, speak out, speak loud, and find your community.
Coach T.O., man, what's your take on this, man? 'Cause this is incredible.
Oh man, listen, man. I'll be 50 this year in August, and you know we hear a lot.
Oh, he went out. Hello?
I can hear you.
I can't hear him.
Okay, Coach T.O., I can hear you. Anthony, can you hear Coach T.O.? Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. I was just gonna say I'll remove Kim and bring her back in.
Yeah.
And that may work for.
There you go.
Can you hear me now, Kim? Nah.
No.
She'll have to go out and come back in altogether.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we can relay the word. Wind talkers are real. Real wind talkers out here this morning. But no, man, if you tell her if she could come out and then come back in, you know what I'm saying? But the things that Kim is talking about this morning, and you know this, AB, time on deck is 0742 right now. And I'm looking through the chat, AB, and I'm, shout out to, a man that I highly respect, Nimbo Hammond. Shout out to Nimbo, man. Every time I see Nimbo, who played Division College I basketball for the George Washington Colonials under legendary Mike Jarvis, one of the best ball players I've ever physically seen with my own eyes, man, Nimbo Hammonds. When I see Nimbo in the chat, man, it does something different for me because he's not a veteran. He played ball, you know what I'm saying? But he comes and he supports AB. He won't be in the chat, blowing up the chat or nothing like that. But I know he's listening. And I know on the ground, he's really making things happen, bro. He's really on the ground. Can you hear us now, Kim?
Yes, I couldn't hear. I heard nothing you said.
Yeah, sometimes if you go, I went out for a little bit to make a head call. I couldn't hold it anymore. I was in here. I was dancing. I said, man, I got to use the restroom. I can't hold it. But you're here. And all I was saying was, Kim, there's an individual that's in the chat that's listening right now that does so much in the community and the environment in which he's in. He works with youth. He's going that extra mile. He's an advocate. He's standing up and doing the things that are necessary to really, is what I would call, move the ball down the field. He's not just talking. He's not just chirping. He's not on social media all damn day because he's literally out in them streets making things happen every single day. I see him on the news. I see him in the newspaper and using his platform as playing ball and being known as one of the best ball players to really make things happen. That's what him and you speak. I'm married to a Marine. My wife is a United States Marine. So hearing you speak means so much to me because it's your story, Kim. I can't sit back and listen to you, Kim, and be like, well, man, I've heard this a billion times by so many different, Marines or soldiers that, oh, by the way, are females. you're just, again, you're bold enough to say, you know what, this stuff really does happen. You all, like Lancelot, brother Lancelot's in the chat right now. Shout out to Lancelot Theobald. His movie's about to drop called The Veteran, to where he's a rich millionaire guy who has a heart for a veteran and really starts to help this veteran that's going through, that's struggling, homeless, broke, all the different things that we know is a real reality in that 22. Man, I've heard Emilio say it. I just heard AB say it. Personally, I've experienced it of being right there on that cutting edge of being that 22. For me, it was before joining the military, Kim, wilding out in the streets and dope and drugs and all of that. And coming in the military, being around it so much, it was times that I questioned myself. I questioned my leadership. Just like AB just said, he just found out yesterday someone that he knows took their life. And it's like, man, we can sit on here for days talking about the resources, talking about call the hotline, this, that, and the third, but it takes more than that, man. And I'll be the first person to say it takes what you're doing right now, Kim, because there's young ladies out there watching right now. The chat never reflects who's really watching. And they're hearing you right now. And they're gonna reach out to you and they're gonna want to know more about your story. And when that congruent, nature comes together and someone else can say, hey, well, she was real enough to say what she experienced. It gave me the courage and the power to be real enough to say what I've experienced. And that's why we're here. We were born to risk. You took the risk of going to the military. A situation took place while you were in the military. And, you can't just wake up the next day and just, everything is peaches and cream and okay. It's not the way it works. We're talking about real trauma. And so again, man, I'm sure you can hear it, Kim. I'm fluffed up listening to you, man, because I got a daughter, man. My daughter's 30 years old. She's been on the roll call with us, man. And I can only imagine some of the things that I've heard my wife talk about that she experienced through all the years she was in the military, happening to my child, or for the matter, happening to my wife. There's times I've been angry at my wife based on things that she has said to me that she experienced from individuals that are senior to me, E8s and E9s. And I'm like, man, I've sat in these stinking rooms with these clowns sitting there talking about how great of a leader they are, how amazing they are, how they put in the work, they got integrity, they do all the right things, only to be hearing in the back channels, man, you out here trying to assault young girls, bro. For lack of a better word, you ain't ish, in my opinion. You're trash, in my opinion. And you should be hung to the freaking flagpole in front of the whole base for everybody to see. Because again, we already know what it is, Kim. And we're Marines. Like I said, me and AB, we could all sit on here and talk for days for the sake of time. But man, thank you for coming on this dang on stream with us and expressing just something very simple, how you feel, what you've experienced. And you gotta keep freaking speaking. Every day that goes by that you're not speaking out, hey, that's on you. Your closed mouth will never be fed, man. And I know a person that's near and dear to me, one of my best friends in this entire world, and I'm looking dead in this screen, serious as cancer, Eddie Archie. I know you've been talking to him. The man knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? And he may ask you a billion stinking questions to get to the root so he can then go operate and do what needs to be done. And he knows in his heart, his spouse is a military spouse. She served right along with all of us. So he knows, and that's why I love this platform, because it's just like, hey man, when we say resources here, we mean it. It ain't just talk. It ain't just, go over here and do this and go do that. And we sitting back eating popcorn. No, like we on this journey with you. We ride with you. Anything that we could do that ain't gonna support, I promise you, Kim, we're gonna do it. So, man, mad love to you, Kim.
Thank you, Coach T.O. And Kim, we want you to stick around Anthony, I promised you that you would chime in. Did you want to share something?
Now we can't hear Reverend Emilio.
Oh,
It's
okay.
crazy.
Oh, you
I
can't
can
hear me now?
I can
What's
hear
on
it.
your heart,
Can y'all hear
AB?
me?
Okay,
Yes.
and go ahead, Anthony. Just
Yeah.
say what I
Yes.
said. Tell them what I said.
We can hear you.
Yeah. So Rev just asked
So
me
I don't
to.
know.
Can you hear me? You might have to go out and come back in too.
It's crazy.
Yeah. All right.
I
So
can hear
just
you, Kim.
all right. Yeah. So he left, came back. He'll probably come back in. But I just for the sake of time, Kim, that's a great story. I really appreciate your honesty and transparency here, and I'm sure that people that are listening in appreciate what you said. For me, I have a 20-year-old daughter, and I worry about her all the time. She's a college student, and she's a beautiful girl, and I do worry about her, and I worry about my sons. I worry about them. I like, are you guys doing the right thing? And I hope that I hope that I was able to teach them on how to treat other human beings, not just women, but to treat human beings like you're supposed to be respectful and caring and loving. And I hope that that resonates with them. And I know that your story is going to resonate with someone. And but you're absolutely right. I mean, we can have all these numbers and websites and stuff like that to use, but it at the end of the day, it comes down to us. We have to reach out to people. We can't just hold on to our story, and we have to hold people accountable. And you sharing your story, Kim, is someone might have got away with something, but karma is, I believe in karma, and something will come back to them. Eventually they will pay for what they've done. And it might not, your story, yes, they might pay, or they might get what they deserve. But sometimes, how many times have we heard about people experiencing sexual trauma or sexual harassment, and that person was never held accountable? So I think this is how we do it. Is This is one forum, and we build that energy, and so we can make this world a better place, and to hold people accountable. And so again, Kevin, your story was amazing. I can't read you. I can't. I'm excited to read you a chapter. I'm gonna definitely read when I get the book. I'm gonna read you a chapter first, and yeah, it's you know I know it's not easy to be vulnerable. It's not easy to even for me. I there's a lot on my heart, but I'm like, man, like, I don't want to just trauma dump, right? But for you to come online and share what you experience, that's a lot, and you're going to be stronger for it. And on top of that, someone's listening in, and they're going to be stronger for it, and they're going to, hopefully someone will reach out to you, or someone will reach out to someone else that's experiencing some trauma. So no, that this is great. I'm really glad I came on.
Thank you, Anthony. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you, and
Mm.
everyone can hear me. So we want to stay on time here. The information that was just shared, just incredible, guys. And there's every veteran has a story, and everyone who's going to come through this platform has a story, and we want to be respectful and honor their story, because they're so emotionally charged, right? That we can really we have to check ourselves. So please, if anyone has been triggered by the conversation, Daniela will drop some help support lines, because I know that someone's story can trigger someone else. We see it all the time. So we want to be respectful. We want to be mindful of that. Thank you so much, Anthony, for sharing that about your son and your daughter. And we're grateful. What I like to do is we want to give Kim an opportunity to talk. Coach Tio, is there anything that you want to ask specifically to Kim?
Yeah, Kim, do you have children?
No.
And how old are you?
I'm 31. I'm 31. Most people don't realize that I'm in my 30s and that I have some years behind me and I have some knowledge behind me. But my skincare products that I create work, so it helps shave off a couple of years,
That's good. That's good. No, I asked those two particular questions because again, man, you shared with us this morning, man. The chat's going nuts right now, and to see just so many different people. We got, our buddy Dave Hurley all the way in Ireland that felt your story this morning. He's in Ireland, man. And he felt your story this morning. And we say it all the time, man. The power's in the story. I stress, Kim, the simple word light. Light, Light, the light within us. And that's love, intellect, greatness, health, and truth. And man, you full display truth this morning, man. And that's why I get all giddy and perked up. I get happy because it's real. We don't come here to waste no time. You definitely didn't come here playing no games, and I appreciate you for that. You came on, and man, your chapter. What did you feel writing that chapter? Give us just a little snippet taste of what you were feeling as you was writing your chapter for this Born to Risk Veterans Inaugural Edition.
What didn't I feel? I felt a little bit of everything. I felt that little girl that didn't get loved correctly. I felt that young adult trying to navigate the system as a civilian after being told no so many freaking times. And then, as my older self now, reflecting on all of the times that I went through in my life, all the struggles, but it set me up to where I'm at today, to be quite honest with all of you. It truly has, because had I not gone through all of those things, I wouldn't be a community leader right now. And I never thought in a million years I'd be leading my community and creating events that supported our military community as a whole. I make care packages for active duty and for veterans. So if anyone wants to get on my list, let me know. I'll definitely share my information. I can't connect directly to the chat, but Emilio or Daniela can share my information. I create mission-based events for this reason, to provide resources to others, the resources that I didn't have, the tools that I didn't have to help me along the way. I don't want any of my brothers and sisters to go cold or go hungry or to feel like suicide is the only way out. Suicide is literally a permanent fix to a temporary problem. If we get down to the nitty gritty, if we actually go within ourselves and we get down to the problem that we're having, we'll realize life is so beautiful. This this earth is so beautiful, but this world is fugly. This world is fugly. But the earth is so beautiful and so worth living. And if we just find our community, whatever that looks like, it takes community to raise people up. It takes community to have your story heard. It takes community to make a change.
Amen. Thank you, my sister. Big hugs. Everybody give her a hug. Send her some virtual hugs to our sister, Kim Mosley. Thank you. Thank you
Don't
for
forget.
joining. Thank you for joining us. And listen, one last thing, because we want to continue to honor everyone on here and everyone watching. Kim, how can people get a hold of you, my sister?
So don't forget, you guys. Don't forget. I am the founder of Kimara Organics. That's part of my first name, Kiimara. And organics, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram. That's my skincare line. It helps to provide people with self affirmations through skincare. I also teach people how to build up their self esteem as well, through doing daily routines in the mirror as well. And then I also have the event planning company that I have recently created this year, with my business partner, Adrian Steele. And together we throw mission based events that impact the community, that bring them together, that provide them with resources. I have a party coming up on the 31st. You can find us on AK, that's AK Impact Events, on Facebook, on Instagram. And this Saturday, we have a huge event, and we'd love to see you there. If you can't make it, you could always donate, and then I can drop that as well. Uh, and we really bring the community together and show vets and active duty that they matter. Their voices matter, their stories matter. And the book that, I'm a part of, it it touches on a lot of important things. And I'd really love for everyone that's listening to take a read at my chapter. And Emilio will be able to tell you guys more about that. So thank you
Thank
guys.
you, Kim. Yeah, so Kim, we love you. Guys, her Kim's chapter is incredible. You got to hear a good part of her story, but there's more to it. When you secure the book, you also support Kim's project. You see that? So we want to make sure that we're clear. We want to definitely end this program on time. That's one of the feedbacks that I got from everyone that we've asked feedback for. They said we love the show, but you guys, it's so emotional, and I'm going to be late for work. So we want to keep honoring our guests. So Kim, we thank you, Kim and Anthony. Their stories are going to be in the book. By the way, the book doesn't officially drop, so you guys are getting a sneak peek. Doesn't drop until August 15th, where Coach T.O. and we're going to be at the Ultimate Beach Mastermind for those that are going to join us. But you can secure copies, and this is important. You can secure copies from Kim. You can secure copies from Anthony. They are authorized to sell the book at whatever price they want. When you buy it through us, we're going to charge you the full price. We're going to charge you $125, and they can charge whatever they want to charge based off of, again, the arrangement that we have. So I'm just letting you know it supports two projects, right? The Thanksgiving dinner for homeless veterans. And then we also support the Christmas card drive for veterans in hospitals. All right, guys. So we thank Kim. We're so grateful for you. I would love to have Anthony, any final words, then Coach T.O., his final words, and to take us out in prayer.
No final words, but I am definitely grateful for this opportunity and what you're doing, Reverend Emilio and Tio. This is awesome, and I know this is going to be a healing process for a lot of people, including myself and Kim and everybody that's involved. So, yeah, this is good.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, everyone, for hearing me out and hearing what I got to say. Thank you for providing this platform to do exactly that.
Absolutely, man. That's what it's all about, man. We say, are we our brother and sister's keeper? Yes, we are, man. And I ask that you two share this, man. Pull up whatever handles you have. Just push it out, man. Because we might save one of those 22 today, just if they just hear, us coming together, as family and speaking on these things. Like we said, yeah, the trigger warning's real. And for anyone out there, man, you could always reach out. We got resources all through the chat as the replay starts to move about throughout the day. Trust me, man, a lot of people, will be asking and wanting more. So again, man, like you said, Kim, I think every one of us writing our chapters, you go through so much emotion. So it's real. So with that, we always close out in prayer. And once again, we do that because we understand who our true and living resource really is. And that's the creator, that's the Father. And through him, all things are possible. And I know for myself, man, when I was ready to like you said, Kim, stop looking at this, beautiful life that we have and start letting the weight of the world move. I called out on him. So in simple fashion, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, dear Heavenly Father. Forgive us for evil. Thine is the kingdom, the power, the glory, forever and evermore. Amen. Appreciate you all.
Man, God bless.
Peace.